just barely made it. Just barely. Okay. Let's get nice and set. Let's set back up, actually. The calm before the storm, I usually say. There we go. My little disky, my little disky. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Alright, anyway. Oh, wait. Jessie did her impression of the From Dusk Till Dawn review off camera. No, not quite. Also, nice shirt. Thank you. One second. Mike. Mike indeed. Mike. Okay. So typically I would get interrupted like 50 times before getting to talk about a movie eventually. Also, holy balls, your stream is high quality. That's a cute outfit. Thanks. Did your husband give it to me? Why should I should have known? Anyway, but I mean, the quality on my end seems to be pretty normal, but glad to know the quality's high tonight. Anyway, normally I would kind of just go on and on about a movie. I say on and on because I usually get interrupted like 97 times, but tonight we're going to do something a little different. You can't make that joke in movies anymore. You're not wrong. Actually, he did. He made it for our 10th anniversary. But addressing you, Spider, you're not wrong. You really can't make that joke anymore. Not only is he my lover, but he's my best friend. Okay, anyway. You're on the wrong side of history, Spider. I love how we're just quoting the Spider-Man meme. Anyway, normally on this show, I would introduce a movie, get interrupted like 50 times, and then talk about the movie. Also, I don't care. I will make gay jokes all I want. We were talking about Hollywood, not you specifically. I'm a fucking gay. Yes, we know, but what Spider said was about Hollywood, not about you. Make that joke in movies anymore. Just a slight Hollywood pussies. You're not wrong. Anyway, normally I would introduce... I love gays. My friend is gay. Yep. Alright, normally I would introduce a movie and then get interrupted like 50 times before I eventually talk about the movie. But tonight... I didn't say anything about... Okay, anyway, before I make myself sound stupid again... yeah. Instead, though, we're not talking about GIS. You misunderstand everything. Why, yes, I know. I think I might be fucking dyslexic. That's not me being rude. I genuinely think I might have undiagnosed dyslexia. I don't know what it is, but honest to God, I just think I think I might be genuinely dyslexic. Jay-Z top shirt. You know, and I'm not even, like, being 100% ironic saying that. I'm being at least psychopath, sure. Anyway, instead of talking about a specific movie, instead of talking about a specific movie, like we usually would, we're going to talk a way in which movies were released. But for that, we need to provide a little bit of context. So in 2004, I said Jizzy, not Jizzy. Well, my apologies, I misread. The font is small, so it looked like Jizzle. That's not me being dummy, that's not me misunderstanding. It's a small little font. Anyway, in 2004, a common thing. You are not... Anyway, before I actually make myself sound... Is this better than... You two really are my children. Anyway, in 2004... In 2004, Sony released... I'm aware you can't fucking see it, but in 2004, Sony released the PlayStation Portable. Da-da, yep. Da-da! Anyway. Can we have some ice cream? You now have ice cream. Anyway. In 2004, Sony released the PlayStation Portable, which was their first portable handheld console. That's your PSP. Yep, yes it is. Anyway, Sony released the PSP, which was their first pretty small penis. I see somebody watches Young Junko. That scene scared me when I was young. Who didn't it scare? Anyway, but the PSP, no. Well, I thought you were quoting Young Junko, because he did a video about this exact topic where he referred to it as the pretty small penis. Verbatim. Me and my friends made that joke when I was younger. Okay, thanks for clarification. I thought you were quoting Young Junko, because he did a video about this exact topic. We knew it in grade 4. God damn it, I should have just... If YouTube wouldn't ban me, I would have called this episode My Retardation. Because I'm so fucking retarded. Not every joke comes from pop culture. That's not pop culture. That's enough. I think I know why Tarantino looks angry all the time. I think I know, because if he was speaking to you fucking niggas, I'd be angry too. Okay, anyway. What I was attempting to say before I stick my dick in the disk drive, most YouTube quotes probably come from some young 10-year-old's crazy... Well, you're not wrong. Before they're popular anyway. Again, you're not wrong. Anyway, before I say another combination of words that will make me sound stupid, and then ultimately cut this off before it's even been an hour, the PSP, released in 2004. Now, Sony did something interesting. They did not want... There was something on my lip. Anyway. Sylvis the sporadic child. What am I? You're the middle child. I'm the spastic child. Actually, yeah, 2005. Let me just fact check that. Yeah, the PSP released domestically. Okay. 1 second. Okay, the PSP released domestically. Oh wait, never mind. Shut up. Domestically, so it's a pet? Oh my fucking god, it's gonna be one of those episodes, isn't it? It's gonna be one of those where, like, I don't even get a fucking word in because my audience is just making fun of me. I want a pet. Kill yourself. Anyway. The PSP. I guess I'll correct myself. The PSP launched in 2005. Anyway, Sony did something interesting. They didn't just want it to be exclusively a game console, although it was a part of the PlayStation brand. They wanted it to be an all-in-one entertainment device. Actual quote, they wanted it to be, oh wait, what does it say? The PSP was good, but it was killed by the DS. Yes, indeed. Now, let me say the long version of that. The PSP was marketed and intended to be an all-in-one entertainment device. To quote Sony, actual quote, the Walkman of the 21st century. And that brings us to what I want to talk about tonight. UMD video for PSP. Oh wait, what does this say? I mean, granted, the black and white Game Boy killed its color Game Gear and Lynx and Neo Geo Pocket rivals. That is true, although people who refer to the original Game Boy as black and white low-key piss me off because guess what, boys and boy? That screen is not black and white. It's fucking green. Albeit puke green, but still green. Anyway, enough of me being passive-aggressive. UMD video for PSP. So, what the hell is that? Well, Game Boy Pocket was black. Well, yes, the Game Boy Pocket was black and white, but the original was not. Anyway, let me just grab these few off the shelf here. I have more than these few, but they're right here in my eyesight, so easy examples. Okay, PSP was too good for its time. It was, but I do think it was held back in a number of ways, but you'll know why in a minute. Anyway, UMD video for PSP is specifically what we're talking about. So, the Vita suffered from a lack of games. Yes, it did. Alright, UMD video for PSP. Because Sony wanted the PSP to be an all-in-one, is that super bad in the background? Yes, it is. That is indeed super bad in the background. You probably want me to just shut up and let super bad play, but unfortunately this is Wonder After Dark. The less said about the PSP Go and PSP Street, the better. I never owned either of those, but I agree, and I did just read. The less said about the PSP Go and PSP Street, the better. I love Superbad. Great movie. Superbad is based. Yep. Anyway, McLovin? What kind of name is that? Anyway. Okay. Because Sony wanted the PSP to be an all-in-one entertainment device, not only did it get physical games, they also released movies and a few television shows. This is not all the ones I have, but we're using these as our physical reference. So yeah, the PSP Street has no internet, the PSP Go has no UMD slot, and because the store was shut down, it's basically, actually it's not even nearly a brick, it just is a brick. Anyway, which means, of course, the original PSP is the best by default. Anyway. So not only were there physical games for the PSP, they also released movies under the UMD Video label. PSP Go had a cool design. I never owned one, but I do agree. Anyway, UMD Video was an interesting format. So let's move our friend Bang Bang, Here Come the Sonic. Let's move him out the way here. So UMD Video was interesting. Basically, UMD Video, there were 3 original PSP designs, the 1000, 2000, and 3000. I actually did know that. Anyway, so what was the deal with, talk about what I said about Sonic earlier. What did you say about Sonic? No, actually, what did you say? Also, I'm in the middle of the PSP. Like, I'm not trying to sound rude at all, but you did just kind of interrupt. Oh, that. What did you do? You. Yes, Sylv here was gifted some lovely gay Sonic and Shadow art. Now let's get back to the PSP. Now, what was the deal with UMD Video? Well, yep, gay Sonky and Shattuck. Anyway, YouTube isn't allowing me to quote Superbad. That is really unfortunate. I guess YouTube doesn't see the value in art. Anyway, so UMD Video for PSP. I love yeah, you love throwing me under the fucking bus. Anyway, UMD Video boasted full-length movies. I don't blame them. Anyway, UMD Video boasted full-length movies, widescreen presentation. That's what, I mean, yeah, that is what friends are for. Unless, of course, the content in question was not produced in widescreen, and DVD picture quality. Yeah, unlike... There it is. Join us next time for where I out Jessie to her parent. You better not, you fucking cunt. Anyway, unlike its opposition, Game Boy Advance Video, which looks like dog shit, UMD Video was actually pretty comparable to DVD in terms of picture quality. Yeah, it was a bit lesser than DVD, but I mean, yeah, Game Boy Advance Video is still... I still collect these things. There's quite a few that I'm after. But anyway. But I think UMD was the better format overall. Because the picture quality is much more comparable to DVD. It doesn't look that bad. I mean, you're not wrong, but it's still pretty rough. But we'll save GBA Video for another time. Unless it's the movie... Oh, God, I want the Shrek GBA video cart, but it looks like dog shit. And it looks even worse on the combo cart with Shrek and Shark Tale. Anyway, let's put this back over here. Anyway, UMD Video was pretty comparable to DVD in terms of picture and sound quality. Yeah, it was a bit lesser than DVD. We need to talk about Superbad. No, we're in the middle of the PSP. Unless you mean some other time, which, yeah, we'll absolutely do that over the coming days. But for now, let's keep it PSP. Anyway, the picture and sound quality was pretty comparable to that of DVD. Yeah, it was lesser than DVD. Yeah, some other time. Thank you. The movie cartridge for Shrek alone looks slightly better because the dual cart has to be crunched to fit both, but only a psychopath would combine Shrek and Shark Tale. Yeah, anyway, sure it was lesser because the PSP wasn't really this, but it was pretty good for the time. Anyway, and of course, while Game Boy Advance Video only had pretty much Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and Disney Channel content, we need an Infinity War plus Endgame Game Boy Advance. Sadly, technologically, that's not possible. Hate to break it to you, but sadly, technically, that's not possible. Anyway, yeah, I knew that. There was a canceled Sonic X Volume 2 GBA video cart. I don't know why it was canceled, but I assume it was because Volume 1 sold poorly. Anyway, while GBA... Okay, yeah, the first one sold badly. Anyway, but while GBA Video only had a handful of releases, I think maybe like 30 in total, and only Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, and DreamWorks content, UMD Video had thousands of releases. Like, name any movie released between, like, 1991 and 2000. Nobody wanted anime Sonic. You're not wrong. Anyway, name any movie released between Sonic X is already a choppy anime. So somehow it looks worse on GB. Yep, pretty much. Not even Anime Amy. Really unfortunate. Now, don't make that gross. Anyway. But while GBA Video only had like 30 releases, I think, and only cover, I have a soft spot for Sonic X. I never grew up with Sonic X other than the DVD releases, but same. Anime Amy is cute. I honestly agree. Anyway, but while GBA Video only had like a few releases, UMD Video, I seen the 4Kids US Anthem live. That's cool. UMD Video had thousands of releases. Like, yeah, that is dope. Like, name any movie. Anime Tales is my son, the cutest. Anyway, well, Movie Tales is cute, but Anime Tales is a close second. Anyway, name any movie released between like 91 and 07. Chances are it made it to UMD. Even if just internationally. And of course, UMD Video had like, it wasn't just like movies, and it wasn't just new movies. UMD Video was the first time I seen Spider-Man 2. Kind of an interesting way to see it. I Need Movie Amy, same. Movie Tales is my other son, cute. Anyway, UMD Video had a number of releases, and it wasn't just new movies from theaters. There were some older movies released on UMD as well. And not only were there movies, Jesse is my son, yep, and my mom, yep. And not only did they put movies out on UMD, they also put out TV shows like Jackass and Beavis and Butthead and SpongeBob, Lost, I could go on. Oh, Family Guy also made it to UMD. But yeah, UMD Video was a pretty cool format. And not only that, but here's the thing. Yep, I knew that. They had SpongeBob Season 1, Volume 1 on UMD Video. But there was never a Volume 2. But they did release the SpongeBob movie, and any device that can play the SpongeBob SquarePants movie is automatically the best device. Anyway. But, yeah. And the other thing about UMD Video that was really cool, it was portable. Like, keep in mind, this was 2005. 2005, okay? In 2005, there weren't really many options to watch movie... Oh, wait. Although the SpongeBob movie is the best, I agree. Although the UMD games are region-free, most UMD movies are not. Some exceptions are Spider-Man and Enter the Dragon. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Although later releases on UMD, were region-free. But that was just because they didn't give a shit anymore. I'll get to that, but anyway. Not only that, but UMD Video was portable. Because here's the thing. Yeah, UMD Skillage. Now, here's the thing. In 2005, I wish Sony kept supporting UMD, like on the Vita. Kick-Ass UMD. I can't tell if you're asking if that exists or not, or if you're just speaking hypotheticals, but I'm still going to look up if that exists or not. Oh. It does exist. I didn't think it did exist, but it does exist. Anyway. Okay, but UMD Video. Kick-Ass should be talked about. Show your wallpaper. Okay. Turn brightness down. Here's my wallpaper. Yes, I know some of their faces are cut off. I don't know how to fix that. But Kick-Ass, a masterpiece. Yes, indeed. But yeah, there's my wallpaper, just because you asked. Hot wallpaper. Yes, it is. Anyway. Where I was going with this, but read. I did just read Jesse is single forever. Mwahaha. Anyway. Okay, but UMD Video was also portable. Why does that matter? Well, just stop and think. In 2005, there weren't really very many ways to watch video. Is neckbeard shut? In 2005, there weren't really very many ways to watch your favorite videos on the go. iPhones didn't really exist yet. Incel, shut the fuck up. Anyway, iPhone didn't really exist yet. You know, most cars didn't have DVD players built in yet. Was an incel from shut. And anyway, portable DVD players. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now, portable DVD players did exist in 2005. This is not one from 2005. I'm just using this as an example. Talk about how David is an asshole. Who is David? No, seriously, who's David? Also, I'm still talking about the PSP. Can you please let me stay on track for 5 minutes? Please? David is dead. But who? Who the fuck? No, I won't. You bitch. Anyway. But yeah. Portable DVD players did exist in 2005. But just go with it. Okay. David is an asshole and he should suck a cock. Anyway. James from Idaho. A little birdie told me it's your birthday today, and you're a big fan of Gimli, and oh yeah, and I should also tell Tyler to go to hell. Don't know who Tyler is or what that means, but anyway. But yeah, portable DVD players did exist in 2000. Shine a light on the, okay. Portable DVD players did exist in 2005. This is not one from 2005, I'm just example, but they did exist in 2005, but they were still super expensive. That just dropped a white van. Actually, I ride in the back of my mom's minivan, bitch. An ambulance, yep. Anyway, but they did exist in 2005, but they were still expensive. So that, and you could only bring so many DVDs with you on a road trip. They weren't, at least I said an ambulance. Yeah, true. Points of credit. But anyway, and you could only bring so many DVDs with you on a road trip. You know, size. Are you trying to blind me? Won't work. I burp. Anyway. But yeah, portable DVD players were still expensive. So let's see. If you were on a long road trip, I have a disc binder. I've just come to the horrifying realization, you are probably one of those sick fucks who throws away the cases and just keeps all the discs in a binder. I don't trust anyone who does that. If something comes in a from dusk till dawn. Also, no. Good. Also, what the fuck are you talking about? People do that when they have like those binders. I see people do that. They just take the case, throw it out, and they just keep the discs in the binder. Don't accuse me of that. Okay, I saw anyway. Okay, but where I was going with, I'm not David. Who the fuck is David? There's a joke I'm missing, clearly. Anyway. But, where I was going with this... Actually, anyway. But, get a disc binder for road trips. Okay, thank you for clarifying. Anyway, But where I was going with this, but then again, is a Blu-ray scene. The scene is about to play where they try to steal the booze. That's why you've been saying booze all night. Also, I love how instead of listening to me yap, you're just watching Superbad over the corner of my shoulder. I don't know who has bigger ADHD, you or Sylv. Anyway, but yeah, if you wanted entertainment in your car in 2005, it was either watching the horsies run outside the car when under 1080p. You are making me sound like such a toxic individual, and quite frankly, I fucking hate it. Seriously, you think I'm one of those obnoxious... You think I'm one of those obnoxious fucking is much more interesting. Watching Superbad in a small corner of your shoulder is much more interesting. I don't know who's being a bigger bitch tonight. Anyway. I'm just now realizing... Move to your right a bit. Fuck you. Fuck both of you with a 24-inch dildo. Anyway. Except in your case, Spider, you would find that hot. Anyway. Where I was going with this, before I actually punch a wall, but... Oh my god. Oh, me and James aren't competing. We're in a union and trying to piss you off as a team. Cunt-fucking-gratulations, cunts. Cunt-fucking-gratulations. Now, because this is YouTube and not X videos, I will not clap my cheeks, but I will simulate the sound. There's your sound simulation. Anyway. Now move over and let my fuck you. Anyway. Okay, but UMD... Get fucked. Anyway. UMD... God. I am so done with all of you. They exited the supermarket. The or something in the title is me and James being bros. Yeah, little did I know. Little did I know. By the way, me twitching just then was not planned. That was my body actually tweaking out. Yes, that happens. You being furious equals not bad. Get dicked, you little asshole. Get your head out the way. Get fucked, you little asshole. Anyway. Being trolls valid. This is how I'm finna arrive on y'all's doorsteps. Okay, now let's get... Your D is too big for this little hole. Go to horny jail. Just go right to horny jail. Let's get back to UMD video for PSP before I actually splat my brains against the wall. You really need to stop hitting your iPad. Okay, instead I'll hit Not much of anything, because I don't really have a device in here that I'm willing to trash. And I don't buy off Temu, so... Anyway. Okay, let's get back on track, though. Please. Okay, but yeah, if you wanted back seat, you know, in your car, I think they're showing the robbery. God, can't tell. Well, gee, no, that's a commercial for Blue Buffalo Wilderness. Yeah, no, that's a guy and his dog, and that's a wolf. It's a tranquil ass forest. Yeah, Blue Buffalo Wilderness, stay wild. And now we have a Prime commercial. I saw the cashier lady. Actually, you saw a wolf. If you control me, I should have the privilege to troll you. Anyway. Okay, but yeah, if you wanted backseat entertainment in 2005, your options were either just looking at the surroundings outside the car, you know, getting a portable DVD player, which, if you drink Prime, you go to hell before you die, damn straight. Or, you know, PSP and UMD video. Yeah. Lunchly. We don't talk about Lunchly around here. I will not be hooked in by Logan Paul's piss. We don't talk about Lunchly around here. Or Logan Paul. Or KSI. Or Mr. Beast. Or really any of the modern day YouTubers. No, we don't talk about any of them around here. Logan Paul's piss, Prime. Yep. Okay, for realsies, we don't talk about Logan Paul around here. I'm the Ku Klux Klan. Anyway. Superbad is such a good movie. Yes, it is. Now let's get back on topic. Okay, but not only was UMD video actually surprisingly popular early on, it actually was pretty popular early on, but Sony was really pushing the format. I mean, keep in mind, the PSP played video games. I seen a guy say Mr. Beast did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong, you're just jealous of him because he's rich on Twitter today. I bet that guy feels real fucking stupid now that sexual harassed same person who said watch out for Jay. Give me that person's hat. Anyway. Okay, but UMD video for PSP. Not only was it really popular early on, but it also was really pushed by Sony. Heavily pushed. Like, really heavily pushed by Sony. For example, oh wait, no, he's still in belief of Mr. Beast being innocent. R-slur. Anyway. I mean, it has Michael Cera, Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, Emma Stone, and Bill Hader. You are not listening. Oh my god. I don't know who's listening less. I'll give you his @ later. Good. Anyway, but for real, I don't know who's listening to me less. Anyway, but not only... No, I'm not. Dick. Anyway, I don't feel like listening. I'll let you ratio him. Then he got an idea. An awful idea. Anyway, listening? What's that? Shut the fuck up. Anyway. Okay, but UMD video for PSP. Now, I'm not going to hit the iPad, so instead I'm going to hit the shelf. The thing above me. Or hit the sign too. That works. You know what? Fuck yo, pussy gays. You got a cackle out of me. Good. Good. Anyway. Okay. But not only was Wonder After Dark the only show where we can freely insult the host without any consequence. And tweet. Transition to girl mode. Now he's begging for a soft reboot. Shut up. LMAO, good one, is a guy named Jackson. Why are you like this? Anyway. Okay, anyway, back on track. But not only was the UMD format very popular early on, it was actually very popular, but it was pushed heavily. We love you. Thanks. Anyway. Bitches. Anyway. Not only was it popular, but it was actually pushed, even though you're stinky. Thanks. That photo of Heath Ledger. I love that photo. Anyway. Okay. Anyway. Not only was the format very popular, but it was pushed quite heavily by Sony. Heath Ledger was gay. Yep. Various PSP consoles came packed in with Spider-Man on UMD video, or Spider-Man 2. Why else did he play a gay person? Because he loves the cock. Anyway. But, again, UMD video had support from pretty much all the studios at the time. Yeah, based PSP. I mean, the studios that supported UMD video included Sony Pictures, Sony, Disney, and its entities, as opposed to GBA Video, which had like 2 or 3. Yeah. Anyway, Disney, 20th Century Fox, Paramount, Universal, Warner Bros., New Line Cinema, and so on and so forth. Granted, GBA Video had Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, and Sonic X. That is true. Anyway, but yeah, it seemed like the UMD video format was like a big hit, so what happened to it? Well, and Dragon Ball, I think. You were correct. There were a few Dragon Ball releases on GBA Video. Which ones? I don't know. Stop talking. I'ma head out. Okay, hang on. I'ma head out. Okay, have a day. Ooh, the robbery. No, I think he's gonna stay long enough to watch the robbery. Although, before you go, Spider, I assume you're gonna go because busy? Read. Good scene. Yes, it is. Okay. Digital streaming killed the UMD. I'm just tired. Okay, that makes sense. Although, because I want to be nice and offer, even though I have basically been a bratty little cunt to you all episode, if you want to catch up on the rest of this episode, you can do so with the replay. Should be up tomorrow, assuming I don't forget all about it. Until then, enjoy this robbery. Good night. Have a day. Eat well. Don't shit your pants. Don't cum your pants either. Fuck shit. Honey, we love messing with you. I know. I know. I know. Norman's on sabbatical hunt. I don't know what that means. What the fuck are you saying? Jesus fuck. From Spider-Man No Way Home. Well, guess what? I haven't seen No Way Home in a good couple of months. It's not really fresh on my mind. So I kind of forgot Norman's on sabbatical hunt. I know now, but I haven't seen the movie in a good couple of months. So it's not really fresh on my mind at the moment. Say it in Willem Force. Norman's on sabbatical, honey. I know, it's just... I haven't seen the movie in a good couple of months, so it's not really fresh on my mind at this current time. Perhaps if I watch it again, it'll be fresh on my mind. Wilhelm Scream.mp3. Absolutely not. I'm not doing the Wilhelm Scream. But yeah. Hey, here's something soft I can hit the iPad with. And I'm just knocking shit over tonight. Not even intentionally, but I just am. And strangely enough, I think the physical appearance, you see it right in front of you, kind of sums up this entire episode. Gone wrong, gone sexual, knocked over, knocked up. I wish I could get knocked up. Anyway, but... yeah, anyway. Okay, back to the UMD video format before I actually blow a gasket. You know how the SpongeBob episode Procrastination ends with him splitting in two? That's going to be me by the time I... You don't want to be knocked up. Been there, done that. Noted. Anyway, but... okay, but the UMD video format was supported by quite a few of the studios. Not just Sony, I was a seahorse. Okay. Anyway, not only was it supported by Sony themselves, but as I said, it was supported by male seahorses are proof MPreg is possible. You know, you are right, but that is still the combination of words of all time. Anyway, but the UMD video format, let's see, it was pushed and marketed quite heavily by Sony. It was packed in with MPreg when I get knocked up. Anyway, back on track, but they were bundled with PSP systems. Oh wait, you already gave... oh yeah, I did already give birth to that now, didn't I? Anyway, but the UMD video format, show us your son, okay. Now let's please get back on track. Anyway. Okay, but the UMD video format, I call your son nigga. Yep, he's a nigga, alright. Anyway. Feel free to clip that if you want. Anyway. But yeah, the UMD video format was bundled with PSP systems. It got thousands of releases, was supported by most of the major studios. So why did it fail? I'll clip the entire... you would. Anyway, so why did it fail? Well, let me get into why it did, because it makes a good amount of sense. So, I think the first... exposed, yep. Alright, so before I say why the UMD video format kind of died down, I said digital killed it. Well, I mean, yeah, that was basically a contributing factor, but there were other factors to take into consideration. Not just digital, Not just streaming, but, yep, mind blown emoji. Anyway, I mean, you're not wrong, but there were other factors to consider, believe it or not. It wasn't exclusively that. Anyway, just looking something up on eBay. Okay. There were other factors to consider. Anakin, duck. Anyway, so, why I think the UMD format flopped? Well, reason one, of course, digital and streaming. Never going to give you up, yep. Well, reason number one why I think the format faded away, digital and streaming. While streaming services like Netflix were still quite a few years away, the iPhone had just started to come into the picture. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Yep, we're getting rickrolled anyway. But yeah, the iPhone had started to come into the picture, so that was reason number one. Reason number two, now pay attention, audience. That was reason number one why UMD video kind of faded away. Reason number two, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. You do that a lot. Anyway, okay, but yeah, that was reason number one why the UMD video format kind of faded away. Paying attention doesn't exist. Stop being a bitch and listen. Anyway, that was kind of reason number one, was the iPhone. Reason number two why I think the UMD video format kind of faded away, and it's actually for a really good reason. Most, not all, but most, choosing topics, squidwardhouse.p. Pretty much, anyway. Although, joke's on you, this is actually a rare moment where I pick the topic, because typically, as of late, you're the one that's been picking. I wish Spider would pick one for once. Anyway, although I guess he picked Superbad, so it evens itself out. But anyway, the other reason why I think the UMD video format kind of faded away, happy, yep, pretty much. Anyway, the other reason why I think the UMD video format kind of faded away was because most of them, not all, but most, were completely bare bones. So here's the Terminator. Terminator is a bad movie. Can you please just let me finish? Anyway, the other reason why I think the format kind of faded away was because most of them, not all, but most UMDs were completely bare bones. Just the movie, or the show. Terminator is a good movie. Yes, it is. Anyway, now, bare bones. Well, that does make sense, given, little bitty disc. That does make sense. But, you know how much UMD movies cost when they were new? Can you please stop going back and forth? Anyway, you know how much UMD movies cost when they were new? Same price as the DVD. So if you were buying Terminator on DVD for like $20 to $30, you were also buying it on UMD for $20 to $30. So, but you were getting less. So for $20 to $30, let's just say $20. Just Terminator 2 is better, I've heard. It is the best one, but we're not focusing on the movies themselves. We're talking about the format. Please pay attention. Anyway, I never seen any of them, not gonna lie. Really, I've only seen Terminator 1 and 2. Anyway, back on track, but okay, but UMD movies, brand new, back when they came out, were about $20 to $30 American. Don't know what they would have been in Canada, but $20 to $30 American. So, for $20 to $30, You could get Terminator on UMD video and watch it on the go. Can you please shut up with the whole good movie, bad movie, and just pay attention? I swear to God. Anyway. But for $20 to $30, let's just say $20, you could either get Terminator on UMD and watch it on the go, but it's just the movie. Or you could get Terminator on DVD. Wonder After Dark is a bad movie. Tonight it is. Anyway. Or you could get Terminator on DVD for the same price and get bonus features, deleted scenes, commentary, trailers, etc. So, now some UMDs, I almost forgot to mention, but some, not all, but some UMDs actually did have bonus features. Yes, some UMDs did have bonus features. Most of them were bare bones, but some did. Primarily... Alright, hang on. Alright, here's one. Yeah, here's one. Okay. Some did have bonus features. Specifically, ones that were released by Disney. So here's Hero. Yeah. Sometimes you don't expect bonus features, so I can excuse UMDs because they're so small. Yeah, but here's Hero on UMD. Released by Buena Vista Home Entertainment, aka Disney, is invalid because it... Shut the fuck up. Anyway. And yeah, bonus features include Inside the Action, a commentary... well, technically, yes. Bonus features. Inside the Action, a conversation with Quentin Tarantino and Jet Li, and storyboards. Exposing Shut. So, here's a UMD that did have bonus features. Albeit not the certified Shut. Albeit not a lot of bonus features, but still. And then another one. Grab. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, another... Alright. Certified Pringle, yep. Another one that had actual bonus features. Clerks. And yeah, bonus features include Clerks, The Lost Scene, The Flying Car, and original Clerks auditions. Clerks is a black movie, yep. Black and white. So titles that were released by Disney, Buena Vista, had bonus features. But, of course, the majority of UMDs were bare bones. So, we'll just put this away. Okay, here's a good one. Alright. What does it say? I'm sorry, but I kinda can't watch black and white films. Might just be a me thing. Not really. I mean, not really a you thing. I mean, a lot of people I've seen prefer color movies. But too bad, Clerks, there is no official colorized version. You see, the cameras that they were using to film Clerks could film in color. But the post-production to do the colorization was too expensive. So they opted not to colorize. So there are no official color negatives, no color masters. All copies of Clerks, no matter what, are black and white. Because that's the way it was post-produced. It's a matter of preference issue, sure. Anyway. Alright, Sky High on UMD. This actually has a lot of extras. Bonus features include super bloopers, alternate opening, welcome to Sky High, behind the scenes of making the movie with cast and crew, and Bowling for Soup music video, I Melt With You, Sky High is dumb, you better shut your fucking mouth, but yeah. So here's a UMD that had a lot of bonus features, 4 being a lot for such a small disc. Bonus features include this episode of Wonder After Dark. Yep. Alright. We're going to take a little bit of a break because it's time for the funny image. 1 second here. Just 1 quick second. Show my red Sylveon. Okay. Red. My beloved period prince. That's a sentence. Anyway, here's the actual funny image. He boot too big for he goddamn feet. Anyway. But yeah. Now, here's my thing with UMD video. Here's my number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want in your Burger King burger is somebody's foot fungus. Anyway, now here's my thing with UMD video. It's not the fact that they're mostly bare bones that I don't mind. Or, I have Burger King today. That's nice. Anyway, here's my thing with UMD video. I ate the Impossible Whopper. I don't eat Whoppers. Anyway, here's my thing with UMD video. It's not the fact that most of them are bare bones that bugs me. Not at all. Again, it's a small little disc, so for convenience it makes sense, and for the storage capacity. What bothers me is they were charging $20 to $30. Oh wait. It, like all restaurants that have the meatless plant-based substitute burger, they cook... Yep. I don't eat Whoppers. Anyway, but here's what bothers me. It's not the fact that most UMDs were bare bones that bothers me at all. No. That's not what bothers me. What bothers me... Skill issue. Shut. What time is it? Okay. Nobody cares. You're a fucking little bitch. Okay. Anyway. I'm just letting this go on. Anyway. It's not the fact that most UMDs are bare bones that bothers me. Not at all. That's not what bothers... Uncle Ben, what happened? Jesse? Yeah. Yep. Oh, anyway. It's not the fact that most UMDs are bare bones that bothers me. That's not what bothers me. What bothers me is the fact that Sony was charging $20 to $30 US for just a completely bare bones disc with no bonus content. That's what bothers me. You bother me. Fuck you. Anyway, that's what bothers me. Like, that's what bothers me, personally. That's 20, yeah, that's like 30 to 40 a pop, yeah. That's what bothers me. The fact that they were charging 20 to 30, 30 to 40 Canadian for completely bare bones discs. Convenient? Yes. Canada, I knew that. But yeah. So, I don't care if it's convenient, these should not have been the same price as their DVD counterpart. I think, comparative to the DVD, these should have been priced lower, like 10 to 15. And of course, another negative aspect. Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow. Anyway, and another negative aspect of UMD video is, yes, TV shows were released on the format, but they were not released in full. Sorry about that. Alright, anyway. Another negative aspect. Jesse Nipples, directed by Joel Schumacher. Yep. Alright. Another negative aspect of UMD was, yes, they did release TV shows on UMD video, but they were usually scaled back compared to their DVD counterpart. So, here is Jackass Volume 1 on UMD video. Is this a complete... What was the point of the bat nipples? Because, anyway, was this a complete season? No. It's just... What is it here? Actually, it does not say how many are included, but it's basically just a bunch of random segments from Jackass in no real particular order. Was this something Sylv cared about? No, shut the fuck up. Anyway. But yeah. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, while DVD had SpongeBob SquarePants the complete first season, UMD Video only had SpongeBob the first season, Volume 1 of 1. They never released a Volume 2 on UMD. And of course, I'm trying to think of what... Oh. Is Sylv gay? Unconfirmed. Yep. Anyway. And another negative aspect, I would say, of UMD... Alright, not really a negative aspect with the format itself, but with the system. Is Jesse gay? Not yet. Anyway, listen, the PSP was a great system for both movies and games, don't get me wrong, but you know what I feel like was the thing that kind of killed it? Damn it. You know what I feel was the thing that kind of killed it? The disk drive. Having a spinning disk drive in a portable game system, yeah, the PSP was the DS's bitch at the end of the day. Yep. So the PSP could do some pretty impressive games. Some of them, I'd say, were comparable to the PS2. But having a spinning disk drive in such a small shape just kills battery life. So, in terms of the UMD movies, yeah, the DS, which was weaker, killed it. That's pathetic. Yeah. So, because of the spinning disk drive basically killing the battery life, the PSP could only get through, like, 2 movies, depending on the runtime. Depending on the runtime. So, yeah, it couldn't really last a long time. Unless, of course, you had a car charger. Also, the fact there was only 1 stick and 1 set of shoulder buttons was also dumb. The PSP stick is ass. Fun fact, mine is missing the stick. It just disappeared one day, don't know where it went, but yeah, the stick is just gone. Anyway, but yeah. And of course, what I think really killed the UMD video format Yeah, bye-bye stick. Baby, bye, 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 bye. I just read. I literally did just read. The fact there was only one stick and then one set of shoulder buttons was dumb. The PSP stick is asked bye-bye stick. I did just read. Anyway, but what I think was ultimately the death knell of, yeah, fuck YouTube. Anyway, but what I think ultimately killed the UMD video format. Okay. Yeah, well, no, not necessarily, although that was a contributing factor. Alright. Anyway. 1 second. Alright, what does it say? The PSP Street was basically saying, look, this system is dead. Let's kill it. Let's kill it. The the PS Vita lasted 2 years. Let me check. The PS TV was asked. I never owned it. Okay, the actually lasted a lot longer than I thought. The PS Vita was produced from 2011 to 2019. So the Vita lasted a longer time than I initially thought. But let's get back to the PSP. I would talk the Vita, but I don't own one. Anyway, the PSP, but what I think ultimately killed a PS Vita on TV sounded cool in theory, but was ass in execution. Yep. Anyway, what I think ultimately, yeah, couldn't even run Netflix. That's pathetic. Anyway, what I think ultimately killed the UMD video format. I mean, keep in mind, the PSP lasted longer, but the movie format was pretty short-lived. But what I think killed the PSP, what I think killed the UMD video form is the Vita store still up. Yes, but it's being shut down soon. So if you have a PS Vita and you need to get some games, you better do it now. You better do it now. Anyway, back on track. The movie format lasted a good while, though. Well, it did, but it also didn't last super long either. But anyway, in fact, I would say that its actual run was short-lived, and that from then on it was kept on life support. Anyway, what I'd say killed the format was after 2007, 2008, most of the major studios that were, it didn't do poorly. You can't say that about, well, yeah, that is true. GBA Video didn't do great. UMD Video had thousands of releases. But anyway, UMD Video for PSP. What I think killed it was after 2000, I want to say it was 2007, 2008, GBA Video did as well as Video Now. Yes, it did. Anyway, who knows? Maybe someday I'll talk GBA Video. But anyway, but not tomorrow. We don't talk about Juicebox. Anyway, we're not doing GBA Video tomorrow, though. Tomorrow is already preoccupied. But anyway, but what I think killed UMD Video, Juicebox was Video Now, but somehow worse. Yep. Now let's stop talking about the Juicebox, because we don't talk about the Juicebox. Anyway, what I think killed the Video Now, or what I think killed God damn it. What I think killed UMD Video, tomorrow I'm going to Bob's funeral. Rest in peace. I wish Bob a very pleasant funeral. I apologize in advance if that sounded insensitive. That was not supposed to be. I want you to drink a Coke Zero in honor of him. It was his favorite drink. Is regular Coke acceptable? Because that's all we have in this house. None of us drink Coke Zero. Also, I'm too lazy to go grab a Coke right now, so... No, he was a diabetic. Oh. Well, that's... Well, yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a Coke Zero anymore. You can just get a Zero and drink it for him. Okay, I'll consider. But anyway, where I was going with this. But rest in peace, Bob. Anyway. Great man, even though I didn't know him. But anyway. What I think killed the UMD video format was around 2007, 2008, most of the major studios that were supporting it backed out. I drink Coke Zero because I like it and it helps me cut back on the calories. You'd love Bob. I probably would have. Bob was a real bro. Again, I probably would have loved him, but too late to find out now, sadly. Anyway, alright. But around 2007, 2008, I want to say, most of the major studios that were supporting the UMD format, the movie format, backed out. So before long, Paramount backed out, then Disney, then Warner Bros., then Universal, then 20th Century Fox. I promise I'm not a catfish. I believe you. Anyway. Before long, Disney, they didn't own the format, but yeah, I seriously did mention that earlier. Sky High, Disney movie on UMD, Hero, granted that was under the Miramax banner, but Disney owned Miramax at the time, so there's a Disney-owned movie on UMD, Clerks. Again, Disney owned Miramax at the time. How come only the Clone Wars had you? That's the thing. Oh yeah, that's another reason why I think the format kind of... There was no actual Star Wars, not even the Clone Wars, we're talking the live-action Star Wars, on UMD. All there was were the parodies. So, you couldn't watch A New Hope on UMD. Yeah, Shark Boy and Lava Girl had a UMD release. And even though I have the movie on DVD, I still want to get the UMD. Because guess what? I genuinely do watch these when I go out. I do use these, and I do collect these. Because I'm just a psycho like that. But anyway. Even Video Now had a at least a documentary. Not the movie, but a documentary. But yeah, you couldn't, UMD, that would be Sony, you assholes. But anyway. But yeah. You couldn't watch A New Hope on UMD, but you could watch Family Guy Presents Blue Harvest. Although that is a good episode, so that's a solid trade-off. But yeah. I guess to conclude, because Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo are based. I love all three. I'm not touching that because I do not want a repeat of my last little incident. Again, I don't want a repeat of my last little incident, so I'm not going to touch that. But anyway. But I guess to conclude. The studios backed out of supporting UMD video. Before long, Sony was pretty much the only studio putting anything out on UMD. To conclude, Jessie had a very bad take, but we forgive her because we love her. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you. Anyway. But to conclude, for real, as the studios backed out of supporting the UMD video format, Sony was pretty much the only studio putting anything out towards the tail end of the run. Various titles that were previously released by other studios were later reissued by Sony themselves. UMD skill issue. That would be a Sony skill issue. So Sky High was distributed by Buena Vista Home Entertainment, aka Disney, but it was later reissued on UMD by Sony Pictures Entertainment. Same disc, but now Sony was distributing. That was foreshadowing for Disney's future, but yeah. More like Bueno Vista, sure. Anyway, but Bueno chocolate. I don't eat that, but anyway. But yeah, Sony continued to, although the other studios backed out, Sony continued to support the UMD format. I mean, they made it, so. Is it true that Kinder Surprise was banned? They were banned for, it never got banned here. They were banned for a while, but I think they got unbanned at some point. Because they, like, changed something about them. Unless I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. They were banned for a while, but then they were unbanned. Arson. I've never had Kinder Surprise eggs, probably because I love Kinder chocolate. I've never had that. But anyway. But yeah, to conclude. As the studios backed out of supporting UMD, Sony continued to support it. I mean, they're the ones that made the format. It makes sense they would support it. But it was still kind of a sinking ship. Perfect mix of milk chocolate mixed with white chocolate. Noted. Anyway. The UMD video format, along with the PSP itself, lasted until, I want to say, 2010. In 2010, and I dip it in milk. That's nice. Around 2010 was the last... Alright. I dip all my chocolate in milk. I hope to God you don't also dip your chocolate bars in milk. But anyway... The UMD video format lasted until 2010. And then in 2010, yes I do, that's unfortunate. Anyway, the UMD video format lasted until 2010, along with the PSP. And as we know, in 2011, Sony moved on from the PlayStation Portable to the PS Vita. So yeah, UMD video for PSP. An interesting home video format, an interesting physical media format. One that I really, for real, I believe you, no cap, I believe you. Anyway, UMD video for PSP. An interesting home video format, and one that I do really enjoy. But I feel like it was one that had some flaws. Jesse indeed, that's who I be. But anyway, but one that I feel had some stuff holding it back. Good format, but had some stuff holding it back. I'm not crazy because, okay. But yeah. You sound crazy though. You're so insensitive. No, I'm not insensitive. I just don't dip my chocolate in milk. Anyway, but yeah. UMD video for PSP. An interesting home video format. We prefer the term mentally challenged. I prefer the term you're a bitch. Anyway. Okay, but... an interesting home video format. An interesting physical media format. But alas, there's much more to cover. But we don't have the time for that. There are specific UMD releases that I'm after, that I would like to own. Is a special individual. Yeah. But yeah, it's a very interesting format, and there are quite a few more that I would love to own someday. Perhaps we might do part 2. Perhaps we might see My Neat Little Discs part 2. But for now, that's all I want to cover in regards to the PlayStation Portable. So, yeah. Again, we might revisit this topic someday, but wait. Okay. Please keep it brief. Please keep it brief. Again, please keep it brief. Say, may God have mercy on your soul in place of God made you special and loves you great. Okay? Only because this episode took years off of my life. And I do mean years off of my life. But anyway, where I was going with this. UMD video for PSP is a very interesting format. And it's one that I do enjoy. And that I do collect. And that I do use. But we're not. I could talk for hours about both the UMD movies and UMD games, but we don't have that much time. Mayhaps I will do part 2. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow's already preoccupied. In conclusion, Austrian Painter had good ideas. Totally did. Anyway. Mayhaps we will revisit this topic someday. Perhaps I'll do part 2 someday. Not tomorrow, though. Tomorrow is already preoccupied and pre-scheduled. And Milwaukee Cannibal had good intent. You do you, buddy. But yeah. Mayhaps we will revisit the topic someday. But we'll save that for another time. Anyway, for now, however, it's getting a little late. 1 second here. Just 1 second. Alright, anyway. Before we go, though, I guess we'll ask on topic. What would be your most desired movie on the UMD format? If you could have any movie on UMD video, what would that movie be? Even if you already have the movie on DVD or on Blu-ray. Kangaroo Jack. Well, let me see if that exists, first of all. Sadly, that does not exist. It was never released on UMD video. Nah, Star Wars. Well, I mean, the closest you have to Star Wars on UMD is Family Guy Presents Blue Harvest. So if you want that close enough, now I'm done. Well, hey, before we go, though, here's a movie that actually did get released on UMD. Yeah, here's a release that actually did happen. Anyway. Yes, epic indeed. Sign me up. Yep. Alright. Anyway. Alright. So, now don't forget to say what I said. I will not. Alright, it is 12:30 a.m. we are at 90 minutes exact. We need to go for the night. But before we go, tomorrow night, well, you're going to be going to a funeral, so you are more than welcome to skip tomorrow's episode. Obviously, I got a new Scott the Woz to watch. Yep. Which is funny. That Scott the Woz was partially what made me talk about UMD tonight. But, yeah, I actually watched that one earlier today. But anyway, in terms of tomorrow night on Wonder After Dark, you have a funeral, so you're more than welcome to skip tomorrow's episode. Obviously, you need time to mourn and be with loved ones. That's perfectly okay. Plus, we're doing something that's going to be boring as shit to you anyway, so you're more than welcome to skip. But for now, that's all the time we have for tonight. But always remember, eat your cereal, go to bed, to be continued. May God have mercy on your soul, because this episode took years off of my life with all the trolling. Good night. God has mercy. I don't. Have a day. Have a gay.